And then, of course, estimating time. This is crucial. Time is key. Estimated time arrival. So when you're estimating the amount of time that a trip will take, it is absolutely necessary, crucial to be mindful for planning stops, determining arrival time at stops, meeting scheduled deliveries or pickups. Because when you're estimating that time for the day, you want to adjust your time estimates to the driving environments that you will encounter or face, because the environment, whether it's traffic, weather, road conditions, a trip that may take 30 minutes could take an hour and a half if you did not plan that trip accordingly. That's why you have to plan ahead. If you have to leave the lot or have to leave the job or the work site earlier, or the yard, if you have to leave earlier to get to your destination, if you have to use different routes, then that's what you need to do, because time is of the essence. And many drivers estimate 2 hours for every 100 highway miles traveled. And that's for highway driving. So many drivers will estimate 2 hours for every 100 miles that they are traveling, or roughly 50 miles per hour when driving in town. So you want to expect the average speed as low as 15 to 25 miles per hour. So that is to gauge the estimated time of when you actually are driving on the road. Now, if your route for today, for example, is 100 miles long, then it can be either 2 hours of driving or 4 to 6 hours of driving. And that depends on the driving environment, such as traffic, road, and weather conditions, and etc. And also, when calculating your overall trip time for the day, just remember to add in a realistic amount of time for each stop along your vehicle. And it's important to take into account the realistic amount that can happen and add additional time just in case, as a safety cushion. That way you can be mindful of what time you need to be there, what time you need to pick the people or the cargo up, and what time you need to drop the cargo or passengers off. So either way, it's important to keep in mind of the estimated time that it will take for your trip. And note, when making your trip plan, you also need to take into account areas of heavy traffic, rush hour traffic, road conditions, unexpected backups, and stops for deliveries as well. And your safety is important. So for your safety and protection, locate a safe place to refuel, take a break, or stop at the end of the day. We're human beings too, so it's important to plan that stop, to refuel, to break for ourselves as well. Then you want to map out 2 or 3 safe locations for each rest or fuel stop. So for each rest or fuel stop, map out 2 to 3 additional safe locations. And then you want to make note of any other locations where you think it's safe to stop, just in case if the first choices are not available for you, or if you need to stop unexpectedly. Also note and keep in mind that due to shortages in available commercial motor vehicle parking in certain portions of the county, it could take up to an hour just to find a safe location to park, especially if you are in the city. Maybe the destination is about 15 minutes away to park, but because of traffic, it may take you 40 minutes just to find a place to park. So that is something to keep in mind as you are planning your trip, planning on the road, and driving on the road as well. So estimate time. You want to estimate your time to comply or to follow the limits of the hours of service regulations, because you do not want to go over your hours. So planning your trip is vital. That way you do not go over your hours and you do not be in violation of those requirements. And also considering all the hours of service limits is vitally important when you are adding trip planning to the equation. And this will help you keep track to not go over the hours of service limits. Hey, BET Trainer here. Listen, if you really had true value out of this video, go ahead and click that like button and share some honest comments about this video, because this is going to help other people as well see the video and get the value information, so that way they can be inspired by what you're doing right now as well. So also, if you want to get the latest updates, go ahead and click the subscribe button, so then you can be able to always be updated on the next instant video that will be put out. So again, go ahead and do that. And this video was sponsored by BET Life Services and CDL for Life.